Tomorrow is May the 4th. For Star Wars fans, it is a day to remember, a cinematic classic. And for the Griffin Museum of Science and Industry, it can be a door for women to explore careers in STEAM.
And joining us today is the museum's head curator and NASA Solar System Ambassador, Dr. Voula Psaradakis. Thank you so much for being here, and an early May the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you too, always.
Dr. Psaradakis, when we're talking about how Star Wars changed how we look at science and the future of things, and really sci-fi for that matter, we see a lot of parallels between what we hold in our hands now and what we saw in movies and TV 40, 50 years ago.
Absolutely, and some of the things that we've seen evolve over time are robotics and AI. We're introduced to C-3PO and R2-D2 early on, and there are so many other things, the spaceships, space stations. Now we have the International Space Station and private companies who are looking to explore space with humans on board these spaceships. And there have been scientists and researchers looking into hyperspace, even though it's very far away before we get to hyperspace. But even things like ion engines, holograms, as I mentioned, robotics, and just so many wearable tech even, and prosthetics, bionics, all of those have evolved over time. And Star Wars, the Star Wars universe early on was very influential in pushing the envelope and stretching our imagination about all these things.
And so talk to us about, how did Star Wars influence you personally in terms of going into the career field that you're in?
Yeah, I was in elementary school when Star Wars came out, and I think I saw it about 10 times in the movie theaters, including Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. And I was blown away by the futuristic technology and innovation we see in the films early on. I loved the robotics, and I loved the spaceships and space exploration. And watching the movies really cemented my interest in space and astronomy. And I knew that I had to do something related to space, and that's what I do now. That's why I'm in the career that I'm in at Griffin MSI. And it all came full circle for me last year, because I had an opportunity to meet George Lucas at the museum with his daughter and show him around some of the exhibits. And I was very excited on the inside, but very calm and collected on the outside.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Talk about what this, let's look at we have these here. Talk about this generation of women like yourself who were inspired by this and thought, oh, I can totally do that, and what it means now that you are in a position of power to be able to propel younger women into the field as well. Yeah,
well, if we look back at Star Wars, when you look at that character of Princess Leia, I mean, she was a princess, but she was gutsy and courageous. That's who I wanted to be. And I think that over time, we even see more of these role models. And I think that's very important. And, you know, these collectibles that we have at the museum, they're artifacts, but they reflect pop culture history. And I think they're very important in terms of, you know, helping people understand this moment in history and this moment in industry. And that's what we do with the Museum of Science and Industry, of course. And we get to see representations of all people of all walks of life, including women. And I think that that is very inspirational, and it's very motivating for future generations interested in STEAM-related careers.
MSI does a great job of taking pop culture and then bringing the tech behind it to life.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my, like, growing up, favorite field trips, going to the Griffin Museum of Science and Industry. So, yeah, thank you.
Great to hear that.
You are definitely an inspiration to all the ladies out there.
Much.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
All right, for more information about the Griffin Museum of Science and Industry, you can visit msichicago.org. You can also find them on social media.